I am in the Fontanelle in Nashville, which is this amazing little property, and I've done a full review on it. But people ask me, what bags do you like to travel with? So I thought, well, I'm actually traveling, so let me just show you what I chose to take with me. The first thing that I need is right here, and this is what I use for my carry-on purse. I have a couple requirements for a carry-on purse. First, it's got to be able to go crossbody because I have my luggage and my kiddo and my stuff, and I can't have a shoulder that might fall, a bag that might fall off my shoulder. It's got to be able to go crossbody. This has an extraordinarily long drop. Check it out. So it goes crossbody. The second thing that it's got to have is a little bit of security. I don't necessarily need or want it to have a zipper. What I want is just something simple, like a fold-over tab, which this has. And this has two settings for if it's stuffed or very stuffed. I actually have it fairly stuffed, and I can still close it on the tightest setting. The third thing that my tote needs to have is a little bit of organization, right? This one fits the bill because it has two soft, floppy, open pockets on either side. And this one I have put just the things I need to get through TSA. So I'll get my boarding pass, fold it up, shove it in here, along with my driver's license and a credit card. And that's all that goes in here. And then, let me put it back in. That, by the way, was the all-snap pebble pinch pouch. And I like it because it stays firmly shut. In the other one, I put in my Samsung Galaxy S7. Just for reference, the width of the pocket is about exactly the width of a Samsung Galaxy S7 with a heavy-duty cover. I actually put it in there like this, and it sticks out about an inch or two, and it makes it much easier for me to grab. So let me put that to the side. Here's the other thing. It's got to have a pretty decent amount of room in there. So check out the depth of this bag. This is the hand and hide riveted tote. Here you go. Their other option is stitched. I like the unique use and the durability of the rivet, so I got that instead. This is their large size, and this has plenty of room. It's somewhere between a large tote and a medium tote. I call it like a medium plus size. And what I have in there is kind of a set of stuff for the kiddos. So a pull-up diaper if we need it, wipes, an extra change of clothes, etc. And I keep all that in here so I have it ready to roll. The other thing that I have in there is a hard-sided sunglasses case. And this is my second requirement. So let me put this to the side. This is the lock tote. If you're not familiar with it, it's a drawstring style backpack. Let me try that again. Drawstring style backpack. Anyways, it cinches extraordinarily closed. You pull this makes up the backpack portion of it, and then you pull this, which cinches it even tighter. So when you pull that out, you'll see that two silver rings appear, and I can take this lock, open it up, thread it through there, and you cannot open this bag. So I like this because this bag is great open style for getting me through the airport and TSA because I can reach in, get anything I need, nothing is out of reach. When I get to the plane and I need to put this underneath the seat in front of me, I don't want all those little things falling out. So I take things like this, my phone. I have a little, this seems very Tennessee to me, I have a little moon pie for the kiddo. Anything that's small, I have a chapstick that might fall out. It all goes in here to my lock tote. Then I take my lock tote and I put it right back inside my tote, and suddenly I have a very secure option for when I'm traveling. So this fits really nicely in here. It's empty, so it's a little harder to put in. When it's full, it goes in much easier. So this fits in great. And then this whole thing goes under the seat in front of me, and I don't have to worry that anything's gonna fall out. And then when I get to my destination, I dump all the contents of my lock tote, fold it right back in, and I have everything at easy access again. So that goes to the side. Here's the other thing that you're probably wondering. This also comes from Hand and Hide. This is actually their bike bag for their tools. And I affixed it here to the roll-on, what do you call it? I guess it's the carry-on handle to my overhead suitcase. So I affixed it with two buckles. It has a third buckle here, which you actually don't need to buckle when I go through the airport. I don't buckle it so that I can easily access things. It has two snaps here. You can see that I fit in a tablet for my kiddo and a bunch of snacks for her. So those are all at the ready, and then when I get ready to leave, when I get ready to take off, obviously I cannot have this on my roll-on suitcase. So I take this whole thing off and I shove it in my tote, and then everything stays organized while I'm on my trip. And the last thing that I take is this, which is a case for my laptop. I like an open case because if it has a zipper, and they seem to change these rules on TSA, because I would say last year pretty much every time I flew, I had to take my laptop out and put it in a gray bin all by itself. But the last couple times that I've flown, they said it's sufficient to take it out of your suitcase and leave it in the case. But in any way, I like the idea that it's open and it's easy for me to get to. You might wonder why the case is so big. So I have a 13-inch case and a 15-inch laptop, and that's because I like to keep the dongle for my mouse in there always. If I take it off, there's about a 99% chance I'm going to lose it. So by keeping it on, I just eliminate that. This is from Saddleback Leather Company, and this is their 15-inch open carry laptop case. One other quick thing that I do want to mention, which is really just a correction. So I did a full review on the lock tote, and it has a ton of security features, more than just what I showed you today. But, and I'll put the link to the full review down there. There's this, in case you want to hang it from something. When I first demoed this bag, I said it'd be really nice if I could turn this thing around so that I could hang something on the interior of the bag instead of using this to hook it to something like on the wall and hang this bag. And I was wrong. You can actually, and I haven't done it a ton because somebody told me it on YouTube, so it's a little snug. It'll get looser with time. But it actually hangs this way. So if you had something like your set of keys that you had on a carabiner, you could stick it here in your lock tote, let it hang down, and then you could stitch it in there and it would be secure. So I did just want to mention that. And then the other second thing that I thought of when I was traveling with this, I'm always nervous about leaving my valuables in the hotel safe, because what happens if you forget your code to the hotel safe? You walk to the front desk and you say, hey, can you unlock that for me? And of course they can. So it always gives me a little bit of pause that anyone at the front desk can open the safe, and then I don't want to leave it just out and about in the hotel room. So what I did was I put all my valuables in here when I wasn't in the hotel. I cinched it tight, I put the lock on those 2 rings, and then I fastened it to something that was affixed to the ground for security, and then all my stuff was kept Loctite and safe. So that is the 2 additional uses that I wanted to make sure that I mentioned, and thank you to the 2 people on YouTube who pointed out that hook actually does turn upside down. But that is it. This is how I travel. I have a small hand and hide tool bag for your bike. I have an open carry laptop case. And last but not least, I have semi-secured, large, long drop leather tote. Thank you so much for watching. Let me undo these. When I'm ready for takeoff, I just take this whole thing in. Oh my gosh, he's gonna start trimming the hedges. And this whole thing, I'm going to talk really loud because we are not reshooting this, goes right in my open laptop. And so all her snacks and all of that are ready to roll. This is real life, folks. We aren't reshooting this. Just hang on 1 second. He's going right around the corner. Okay. I am in Nashville shooting at the Fontanelle, which is not just a hotel. It's a boutique luxury accommodation that's really unique, and I chose this one because I wanted to get away from the giant chains. And the Fontanelle is not just rooms. I think it's only got 6 or 8 rooms. It's really small, but it's a winery and a distillery and Barbara Mandrell's mansion and these amazing, I gotta start over. I am in the Fontanelle, which is this amazing set of little luxury rooms and accommodations. I'll just start over. Okay.